Hey, before we start the show today, it's November, and that means I'm in the midst of my pledge drive. So if you enjoy the show, allow me to shake my cup in your general direction. Visit meetingmalcolmist.com, click on sponsor the show, and you can either make a monthly donation or make a one-time donation, or make a one-time donation once a month. That'd be cool too, wouldn't it? Come on, don't think about it. Just do it. Get out your credit card and get her done. All right? I'll be happy. You'll be happy. Everyone will be fucking happy. Let's do the show. Welcome to Meeting Malcolmus, a pavement podcast. I wanna say, it's my second-hand wonder. Hey, it's JD, and I'm back for another week of being uncool and underqualified. Can you believe it? It's been this long, and I still don't have my shit together. Well, believe it. I'm, reluctant to share positive news, but this new drug that I'm on is fucking wonderful, and I feel like I'm turning a corner for those of you who have been asking, and it's a good place to be because I've been, at the bottom of a hole with a pickaxe for far too long, and the darkness is lifting, people. This is a good thing. This is a really good thing. So there's that. I sat down in the studio last week and put together a new t-shirt design for those of you who care. I should say, for those of you who care about looking fantastic. Because, who doesn't want to wear a shirt from a podcast that they listen to once a week, right? Anyway, once I figure out how I can distribute it or get it to people, if there's anybody that wants it, then I'll do that. So what I'll do is I'll post a picture of it on Twitter tomorrow, the design that is, and we'll go from there. So there's that. I've been getting emails, and I haven't read them in a while, so I thought I'd share a couple. I got one here from Rick from Australia. And he says, "Hey JD, I came across your podcast by accident last weekend. I would love to hear more about that." I would love to hear more about an accident that would lead someone to a podcast about pavement and potentially meeting Stephen Malcolmus. But I digress. Let's get back to the email. I came across your podcast by accident last weekend, so I listened to the whole series back to back while I got some serious spring gardening done. Oh, I'm so envious of the spring there. Thanks for doing the show. Those early songs in particular, Pre-Brighton, had a massive impact on my musical life. I discovered Pavement when they first visited Australia in May 1993. They toured with fantastic Australian bands, Crow and Scream Feeder. I'm not familiar with either of those bands. Strangely, I was hooked by the idea of Pavement before I'd even heard them. They appeared in a great print interview by Australian journalist Brett Oaten for Juice magazine in Sydney. Oaten's description of their influences, Can, Swell Maps, Wire, etc., their unorthodox approaches, even their look, which was such a departure from the grunge fashions, really captured my attention. They then appeared on a music afternoon music show called Nomad. Here they discussed the nature of their music and their secondhand distance of their suburban lyrics. There's also some great soundcheck footage of the band rehearsing the abandoned song I'm White and some entertaining banter with Gary. It also includes a great version of Trigger Cut, a song I immediately took to my high school band and which became part of our canon. This was the first I'd heard of them, and they were doing exactly what I'd hoped they were doing. Backwards pop, skewed guitars, edgy abstract lyrics, loose but tight arrangements. Awesome. My 17-year-old mind was definitely blown. As an aside, I ran into Bob at a Melbourne show in '94, and he confirmed I'm White was a song they rehearsed, but never recorded. What snippets you do hear in the video point to an awesome lost classic. Thanks so much, Rick. Means a lot. There's more in there. Some of it is directed at me more personally, and I really appreciate you reaching out and checking in on me and just sharing your story. Here's another one from Alec. Hey JD, I got introduced to your podcast through my band teacher. Hey, I know your band teacher. He emailed me. I believe I've read the email. We played a bunch of great Pavement tracks in our high school program. That's fucking amazing. Oh, man. I don't even remember what we played in high school, but it certainly wasn't Pavement. Crazy to think a high school would have a guitar-based program. Anyway, I think your podcast is great. I'm in a band and we're all under 18. We all love Pavement, so your listeners aren't all old farts. Haha. There's some new farts in there too. Hey, touche. My band, Forearms, they are at Forearms Band on Instagram for those of you who want to follow along. Played a few songs from a garage on Halloween, and we played Transport as Arranged. I'll attach the recording. Give us a listen and maybe a follow. We're new, and we hope to hear more from you, and we hope you hear more from us. Keep being uncool and underqualified. The audio quality is kind of bad. I have an ancient iPhone 6. But you can still hear the style for miles and miles, or kilometers and kilometers for those of you up north. Hey, I appreciate the conversion there for me. That's good. You don't want to confuse. You never want to confuse a Canadian when it comes to measurement. So I'm going to hang on to Alex's song there from the Forearms Band. And when we get to Transport as Arranged, we should give that a spin. What do you say? I say, yeah. So there's that. Elevate Me Later. That's where we are this week. We're tracking along here on Crooked Rain. And we are tackling Elevate Me Later. And what a coyly named song, because this is a song that you're not going to be elevated later. You are going to be elevated right the fuck now when you listen to this song. So why don't we do that? Why don't we listen to a live cut of this wonderful track before we get into things? This is Elevate Me Later, live on Meeting Malcolmus, a Pavement podcast.
Tokens and stamps underneath the fake oil burning lamps in the city we forgot to name. Well, the concourse is a four-wheel chain. The courthouse is double raised. I'd like to check out your public protest. Why you complaining? Shake their hands, 'cause they're in such a eyebrow plan. 'Cause it's 40 different shades of many fortresses and ways to attack. So why you complaining? bad Shakespeare, red bad Shakespeare, red bad.
LS2.
Next one's for the bouncers. It's called Heckler Spray.
LS2, an anti-PC song. There's a break in that song that sounds just like She Believes. Some of the guitar parts. The oohs are obviously Pavement. That sort of thing I don't like. I mean, why bother making another record? It's anti-PC to the extent because, as the song says, there are 40 different shades of black. Why are people complaining about the words we use? We've lost poetry and some of the good things in life because people are too serious about this. Everything you say will always hurt someone. Why not take it calmly? It's not indicting you. These minor rivalries in life are what makes it interesting. The way it's going now, we're all just going to have one song by the year 2000. That's from the track-by-track guide to Crooked Rain. You can find in the liner notes of LA's Desert Origins. You can find it in the book Perfect Sound Forever. And it was originally published in... It was originally published in a magazine around the time that Crooked came out. So there's that. What do we think? What do we think of this song? This, to me, is a real great blender, taking us from Silent Kid into the bulk of the record, into the depth of the record. I think that the way it's sequenced is really wonderful. There's almost just like a half beat between the end of the previous track and leading into this one. We get a nice introduction that is some real clean sounding guitar and an interesting sort of take, again, a real rhythm there with the bass and drums, the newly minted rhythm section. So, you've got a real groove going on in this song. And then we groove it right down and Steven sings the lyrics. I'm reluctant to, after reading his, sort of, why are people parsing the words so closely? There's 40 different shades of black. It makes me feel embarrassed and ashamed a little bit that, the nature of this show is to parse the lyrics. But truthfully, I just think as an overall capper, I think that his lyrics are opaque and I think they're vague, and I'm just having fun. I'm not trying to pin any mystery on, this stuff. I think it's great. And a lot similar to Michael Stipe, there are a lot of lyrics that I get the impression that are just sort of like vocal soundscapes that Steven's making melodically to, sort of carve up a song, to create a song. A song is supposed to have lyrics, and you need to create them. And he's really good off the cuff, as we've heard a couple times at this point, him just sort of riffing out lyrics that excite us to this very day. All that being said, I think this song is about San Francisco. I think this song is about San Francisco. I think that, God damn it. I'm going to say that that's what it's about, and nobody can argue with me. Now, I just feel the protest piece. It feels like driving down the coast. It feels like San Francisco to LA. The first part is about San Francisco with the public protests and the fake oil burning lamps and the courthouse with the double breasts, the double breasted suits, which would have been pretty popular at that time. If you think back to 94, what David Letterman was wearing all the time, that's what he wore. And they come back every once in a while. I got a double breasted suit somewhere. And anyway, and the second verse reminds me more of LA. It reminds me more, with the 40 different shades of black and the protein. There's just something that vibes me that way. So I feel like this is a road song again. And again, whether or not that's accurate, who gives a fuck? That's what it makes me feel. That's what I think. That's what I see when I close my eyes and hear Steven sing in the way that he sings. I don't know that I hear She Believes, but he's the songwriter and he would know better than I. What do you guys think? Send me an email, jd@meetingmalcolmist.com, and let me know. In the meantime, let's listen to the real song. This is Elevate Me Later on Meeting Malcolmist, a Pavement podcast.
Underneath the fake oil burning lamps, in the city we forgot to name, the concourses four-wheel shame, and the courthouse is double breast. I'd like to check out your public protest. Why you complaining, talk?
Meeting Malcolmist, a Pavement podcast, is a weekly affair. You can find the show anywhere that you find podcasts, just like you did today. So be a dear and rate and review the show. If you want to connect, email me at jd@meetingmalcolmist.com. I'm also on Facebook, Twitter,
and Instagram. Check it out. I'm so social.
Shop limited time deals on last minute gifts now at Lowe's. Save $50 on a Werner 6-foot aluminum stepladder. Was $89, now just $39. Plus, get your choice of select Craftsman V20 tools for only $39. And save time and money with free shipping on orders of $45 or more. Because Lowe's knows deals. Offers valid 12/5 through 12/11. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii.